Hi everyone and welcome to my place. Often I am asked, Astar, I've used 3 primary colours together and they won't work. It looks wrong. By that I'm talking about, let me just put these down here. I'm talking about red, yellow and blue. They are the hardest colours to design with, or so you may believe. It is not hard at all. What you have to do is you have to diffuse those colours either by your container or putting shades, tones and tints of those same primary colours together to diffuse out the visual weight and the actual weight of the flowers. Now the purple here is not actually blue, but it is of the same colourway to achieve, and we know how the colours work, so I'm not going to go into that. So let me just explain what I do. So I want to use those colours. My tip is to get a container, and the great thing about decoupage and doing your own is you can create a container to suit the flowers that you're using. Now, to create this vase, let me just share how I go about it. Often there is a vase that gets chipped or broken and I create a new base to go with it. So, and you can see the video on how I did this. So it started off like that and then it gets painted. You can either do it black, you can do whatever base colour you want. This one here, I used white. The next thing I did was I found some paper napkins, and the serviettes or the napkins have all of the same colorways that I'm going to be using, which I will explain as we go through. I really quite like this idea. I love that now I can cheat the system and I can put whatever I want to into whatever arrangement I want. So it's just a matter of, there's lots of decoupage tutorials that I've got up there, but that was what I used to create this. Now, using the white is my base, and I'm going to be using white daisies. So the white daisies connect, the white in here will connect through to the daisies. Now, I'm going to use the yellow Forsythia. When you look into those daisies, they've got a lovely yellow center. Also around the rim here, I've got the yellow daisies or whatever those flowers are. Now the blue, when you look around here, you will see the granny's bonnets, and they have got a little, it's not white, it's a creamier color, and then that color there connects in through to there. It's really easy once you know how. So all of my colors are going to go together, and because the red is the most dominant, especially this type of red, and also it's got some little yellowy bits in there too, so it's all starting to work together. And have you ever looked at the color of a flower or looked inside a flower? Most of them, there's only pretty much one, I think, and that is tulips. Tulips have black stamens or pollen in them. When you look at them, there's one of the few flowers that do. But most flowers have a yellow or a golden crown. So therefore, yellow must be what nature decided was the best colorway to put with every flower. It also is something that the bees can fly to, because they must be able to pick it up with the frequency of the color. Okay, now the other thing is I'm using this here. That's actually where I was going until I got too carried away. With the red here, I'm then going to use this hanging amaranthus because I want to bring the color down into the arrangement, but I'll explain as we go. Okay, so with container created to the way that I wanted. I have got several pieces of love, because I want this arrangement to be sort of like late summer, late spring, summer, you know. It's not fall because you don't get this colour in the fall, but it is a fall inspired colour. So I'm just going to put onto each side of my arrangement the yellow Forsythia, and I'll just push that and manipulate that when I finish. So your eye hits here, runs up here, it sees the yellow and it goes, oh wow, isn't that lovely? You could just put all yellow in here, or red, or all blues, whatever you wanted to. Now, the next thing I'm going to put in is going to be the hanging amaranthus, and I'm going to bring that to one side, and I'll bring this to the other side. And so now the yellow, oops, that's a bit the wrong side. So now we've got this, all of a sudden the arrangement is starting to take on a little bit more dimension and a bit more depth with that hanging down, and it actually gives the illusion of looking more. I love just by placing, you can cheat the system. The roses will be the next that I'm going to put in, and I have got 6 of these, and some I'm going to bend down and some I'm just going to let just fall wherever they want to go. Put a couple over to there because I always like to do designs where you can see it from all around. If you're not going to be viewing yours from all around, that's okay, because you can just sort of like bend and you can just bring the flowers more to the front. But it does get more of a three-dimensional effect if you do it with wherever I was going there, if you just diffusing your colours and having them going ups and down. Okay, the next to go into here are going to be the white, and I'm going to bring the white up into there, so that white that's in the vase is actually coming right up through the design. I remember what I was going to say now, but it's too late, so I'm just going to carry on, and I'll bring that up and over to there. I love daisies. That can go into there, and then the next to go in is going to be a couple of pieces of the lovely lavender that can just sit into there. I've also got a couple of these alstroemeria. So the alstroemeria, the green on that actually connects through to the green here. It's not quite the same, but that doesn't matter. So I'm just going to bring one down and into there like so. The other one can come over and to there, but you know, that three-dimensional effect is actually quite easy to achieve, just as I said with your placing. Now the next thing I want to bring into here is a couple of pieces of green ivy, so that can just go down into there, and I've put the lavender in quite low into the center of my arrangement so that it looks like a lovely little meadow land, and the other one can go around and into there, and if you wanted to you can just move that to be over to there. So how's that? Easy designing with 3 primary colors and breaking and diffusing and graduating the color to form a beautiful arrangement. I hope you've enjoyed this. I look forward to seeing you all again another day.